All right. So this is my 29th Buzz podcast, and I
All
am
right.
talking to Asad Shaikh out in Killeen, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And Assad, are you a real estate agent? Is that correct?
Yeah, last time I checked.
And have you officially used the Facebook groups to actually pick up some buyers and sellers?
Definitely. Until I met you, I have no idea what Facebook groups can do for me in marketing as a realtor. But since I discovered Buzz Formula and Marty Human, the founder, you really helped me, mentored me, and so that's I kind of shifted my marketing model mostly towards the Facebook groups, and it's working good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, how long you been a real estate agent, Assad?
Well, I have an active license for 10 years, but selling it for 4 years. Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. And I was correct that you are in that Texas, Killeen area. I looked at a Facebook group that me and you have used in the past, and I noticed that sometimes I'll change these cover photos. Let me go back up here and look at it. And I need to get Don Marie to get you on top of that cover photo, that Killeen group.
Yeah,
But a lot of
that would
times
be
I'll
nice.
change those. Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of times I change those cover photos. A lot usually to take videos. Like for
Okay.
example, if I'm trying to put all my Texas groups together, then
Hmm.
I'll change the cover photos just so I remember exactly which ones they are, so I can go do a video showing all my Texas groups. And I think right now, I think I've got maybe a 500,000 members somewhere in that area in Texas. But I got to looking at this Colleen group here, and I noticed some of your posts have reached up to 3,000 people. Some of your posts has only reached 1,000 people. Some of them's only reached like 400 people. And I've been kind of looking at the certain times of the day that you've been posting, seeing if that might make a difference. But honestly, I think it always has been this way, that it's kind of sporadic. Sometimes you can post in the same exact group at 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night, and sometimes that post will blow up. Sometimes that post don't get a lot of action at first. It sits there for a little while, but then it just takes that one person to kind of give it that kickstart.
The
Now,
chain reaction.
do you feel like I noticed that you had some sellers polls in there, that you've been looking for some sellers, and one of the polls that you had created, this was on September the 16th, by the way. You had 6 people click they wanted to sell their house between 200 and 300,000, and 4 people between 150 and 200,000. Now that's 10 people that I try to tell everybody. And I don't know if you've got a few different polls in here that you've created, but and all the polls that you've created, it seems like they've got action. Seems like
Yes,
they've
sir.
got people to click it and everything. But now, out of those 10 right there, and you message them, do you think that you're able to either pick up some sellers from the Facebook groups and or referrals from the Facebook groups by using that
Uh,
poll?
so that poll is awesome. I'm getting them in my pipeline, of course. With the COVID right now, most people are holding off to bring their properties to market because they don't know what they want to do. Where they're gonna
Right.
get their next job, and B,
But
the
you but
rental
you but you made a
condition
good
is pretty
point.
bad.
You made a good point there. So you say you're cultivating your pipeline, right, of all these different
Yes,
people that are buying and
yes.
selling.
So they are future sellers, so you're kind of keeping them in pipeline, you're managing in the Google Docs, who you talk to and everything. So once it pans out, you reach them back and say, if anything changed, and of course, uh, by that time they have clear idea because there's so many factors right now. COVID, elections are up, and I mean people they're not sure. The rental market is jacked up right now, so they don't want to be like sell and be in a rental and
Right.
get evicted and all that. So
But so
short
you're
supply. Yeah.
yeah, so you're building you a good database of buyers and sellers that definitely are going into the spring you know, that you know if they're not buying and selling right now, that they're going to be buying and selling here pretty soon.
Uh,
Now with the Killeen, would you recommend other people in that area to become real estate agents?
y- well, yeah, definitely. So when I first moved to Killeen and I asked for some help from the board, so this, they were pretty mean to me and they said, well, this guy needs to learn on its own. And even though some people try to come forward and help me out, but the board chairman was like, no, no, don't give him any help. He need to learn on his own. So I mean, but I think like real estate is a big field. It's like a big ocean. Everybody can fish. And there's plenty of fishes down there. So one person cannot handle it all, and that's what cooperative business atmosphere and fraternity is all about. So yeah, definitely, yeah. Uh, but again, real estate is one thing, and and marketing is one thing. So to me, a lot of real estate agents forget what is their first job. They think their job is real estate. No, you got it all wrong. You are in not real estate business. You are in a marketing business.
Right,
To be
right.
in a marketing business, you need to talk to marketers, people who are successful, like Marty Hume and Buzz Formula. You need to talk to people who have experience. So they have a lot of real estate agents, especially the new ones. So they think they are real estate agent. They don't know what business they are in. They are in
Hey,
business
and
of
I can
marketing.
definitely I can relate to that too because I was a realtor in the mid '90s and I didn't really know where to start, and everybody around me seemed pretty busy. You know how that works a lot of times.
Yeah.
If you're trying to learn something, but you're learning from everybody that's already so super busy, they can't stop long enough to really teach you. So now it's just a matter of you trying to figure it out yourself. And some people can do it, Assad. Some people can
Yeah,
this guy,
yeah, definitely.
but I found my niche on the mortgage side. I found for me personally, the mortgage side, dealing with numbers, being on the telephone, calling people, and getting the loan done was so much easier for me than it was trying to be a real estate agent. Now, I will say this though, I really have contemplated going back and getting my real estate license just for
All
the
right.
fact of the referrals. Being able to get that 25% referral just referring somebody, and we have a lot of people right now that are using the buzz loop to work these referrals because that way you kind of keep them from disappearing on you. Because that's usually one of the biggest fears for a lot of realtors out there when it comes to dealing with that 25% referral fee is okay, I referred this person, but I haven't heard back. And I don't know if it ever closed or didn't close. So a lot
Well, yeah, that's one biggest thing. Honesty is the thing. So what I do recommend, like have paperwork in place and always check with your referral. They end up buying the house. So like for example, I welcome any referral in my market in Clean Temple, Austin area. So if I will pay 30% referral fee. So I mean, yeah, definitely, and everything will be foolproof. And I mean, if it's a pre-approved buyer, then of course you have to hit it out of the ballpark. It's like
right,
it's like a done
right,
deal. Unless
right.
something health break loose and they want to call like, hey man, we're not lost for a job or something. But if it's a pre-approved buyer, you should close it by all means.
Now, do you find yourself liking to? Do you like to deal with the buyers more than you like to deal with the sellers, or does it really matter to you which one you're dealing with, or which one you like better?
Well, Uncle Benjamin looks same on the on. Doesn't matter who hand it to you, it'd be a buyer or seller. So money's money. So, but I mean,
Well, you
there's
personally
you
though,
know,
do you actually go out and show houses still, or are you focused more on trying to get listings yourself, or what do you
so
do?
I mean, I just take whatever comes to me, buyers or sellers. So I mean, you should not say no to the
Money.
client. They might be buyer now, they might be seller later, right? So whoever
Right.
is your buyer today is a seller tomorrow. So that's it's like how you see the picture. Everybody see the picture with a different angle. So
Right.
so a person can look at you and say, "This is Marty Human." that's just another guy. But person who knows you, they know what can you bring to their business. Yeah.
Right. Let me get this boggin off here. I wore that boggin for you, since you're NFL, since you're an NFL fan.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
realize I
dude.
was going to start burning up though. Kamikaze has to tell me sometime. We were heading out today to Home Depot, and I had my
uh,
boggin on, and she says, and I was sitting there complaining about being too hot, and she's like, "Well, dang, if you take that toboggan off, you dummy."
yeah, that's
Hey,
right. That's right.
sometimes I forget I even have it on.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's true too hard. Yeah.
So let's talk about the market out in Killeen. Now, are you finding that, like, if somebody makes an offer on the house, are they offering pretty much what the house is appraising for, or do you ever see the houses them offer more than what the house appraises for? Or is it usually pretty in line with the appraisal?
So right now the way the sellers market and I mean it's so hard for me to explain my strategy. It's a multiple offer situation. You have to you have to learn from your mistakes and you have to have good mentors and coach who teach you. You know, a lot of realtors they think like they can learn everything for free and then they keep on struggling and watch free YouTube or whatnot, you know. So free stuff can take them to a certain level. But if they want to swim with sharks, so for example, anybody can do scuba diving, right? You can learn basic scuba diving and everything. But
Right.
if you want to scuba dive with sharks, you have to have an expert to teach you.
Right.
You're
Right.
not gonna swim with sharks. Hey, I know scuba diving I can do. No, you need to have an expert. So that's why people have coaches. So I do have a coach, I learned because they are pro. They learn. They spend thousands, hundreds of dollars. They learn from their mistakes, and now they're kind of retired. You know what now?
Right.
And they can
Right.
teach you what they used to do in the days. You know, so
Yeah, and I never really have
yeah,
thought
that's
about that stress part of it too, because it's been so long since I've been a realtor. But yeah, when you get involved in those multiple offer situations, I bet it
mhm,
does get to a stressful point, because you've got your clients you're dealing with, and there's other clients making offers on that house. And I'm sure you're probably hearing from the selling realtor saying, "Well, yeah, we've got this offer, we got this offer, we got this offer." And I don't know if
mhm.
they're allowed to actually tell what those offers are. I can't remember that part.
They
Maybe not.
they won't tell, but every case is different. It's like
Right.
if you're a lawyer, every case in the court is
Right.
different. It's a different strategy. Sometimes I feel like, okay, should I talk to my buyer like this or seller like this? So I have friends too, who are retired realtors. So they no, sir, you need to do that. It happened to me once. So I learned from like what they used to do, and I strategize. So I mean, most of my business evolves through learning. So I mean, it's not like me doing things, but it's like I have this appetite of learning and reading and kind of. I always feel like improvement. Like for example, football, right? Like look at Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers is because he was under Brad Favre for so
Right.
many years.
Right.
So he
Right.
got trained by the master. So he's a
Right.
master himself now. So exactly. So if you get trained by a master like you and everything you learn, then you go from there. And so instead of me doing everything, I should pay somebody like you to learn and to advance in my career. That's what
Right.
it is.
Right. That is
And
awesome,
just
man.
to
That
let
is awesome.
the realtors know, free stuff can only take them so far if they want to be very successful. If you want to be in business, you have to treat business like a business. Business has expenses, business has income, and so you have to deal with it.
Well, hey, I tell you what, Asad, I am impressed, because I have watched you. You've been a Buzz team member now for quite a while.
Yes, sir.
Probably close to a couple years. I don't know. It's been a long time,
Yes,
and
sir.
I have watched you start off. It was a little different, because with the Buzz, I will say a lot of people get a little nervous when I say we're going to teach you how to do it. We're going to teach you how to do this, and a lot of people are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm used to somebody fishing for me. I'm used to somebody bringing me these leads. Well, this ain't leads. We're going to teach you how to use your fingers like
Mm-hmm.
this. Would you admit that this is about what you do? You
Yeah.
use your fingers, you throw some posts out there, you create some polls, you comment on some houses, you create your personal branding group, you learn how to get out there and just start these simple conversations. and reel these people right in. As a matter of fact, I did a video earlier. Um, you always give me a hard time, which I don't really ever talk to Michael Hicks as much as I used to back in the day. But I got to creeping some personal branding groups today, and I looked at I looked at Rena's, I looked at thing is David Wally's because he does a really good job posting in his, and I noticed right as soon as I went to Michael's group, he had created a post of a new listing that he has, and somebody says, "Hey, can I come see that tomorrow?" And that was out of his own little personal branding group. So my goal, no matter what type of business it is, whether you're a real estate agent, loan originator, whatever it is to have that mentality. Hey, I don't want to pay for leads the rest of my life. I don't want to
Yeah.
deal with leads because I know if I'm paying for leads, that means somebody else is paying for those leads. And I'm having to compete. I don't want to have to compete when I can just use my fingers. And next thing you know, I've got 200 people coming in, 300 people rolling in, and I'm going to find somebody that's ready to buy a house or ready to sell a
Yeah, so
house.
I'm going to share like one golden nugget. I learned so much from it, but just one thing really quick is people have misconception about leads. Leads are one thing, but lead engagement is a different thing, right? So, like when we were kids, we told you eat what's on your plate. So what people are doing, they keep filling out their plates and they just don't know where to start from. So you have to be laser focused. You have to have a tunnel vision, like what you're doing and everything. So, and as far as the buzz, yes, the numbers game, you have to learn. So I even said I even myself haven't mastered it. I'm still learning. I still go to the classrooms. I learn out every time you have something new and improvement and twist and tweaks. So
Right.
those adjustments need to be made because it's a technology business. It's ever evolving. And I totally agree with you. Buying leads is stupid. I tried everything, Zillow and all that. Those leads you call and they talk with realtors. So the golden nugget is like in real estate, you have to be the first one who get the lead in order to store the
Yes.
lead. So basically, people don't shop for realtors like they shop for T-shirts or whatever
Right. Right. Exactly. A lot of
what
times
they do.
it's a matter of them getting out there and saying, "Hey, can somebody recommend a good realtor? Can somebody recommend a good loan originator?" Because we're not always out there just plastering ourselves. But I will say, you made a good point. It ain't just amount of people that you have come pouring in, but some people are way better at the engaging process. Some people are way better at carrying on those conversations and being a real person and assuming that sale. But you're right. Most of the time they're going to deal with the first person they talk to because I tell my loan originators the same exact thing. I'm like, look, these people are yours. When they comment on your post, that means they're not working with nobody else. That means they're going to work with you, you know, and realizing that you're not having to compete with everybody is one of the greatest things ever that I love about the buzz, and the fact that you can have all these clients come pouring in while you're sleeping at night, while you're out eating dinner, while you're on vacation. Doesn't matter where you're at. You can have these clients come pouring into you, and you
And
just decide.
it's a teamwork. I like the way the bus connect all the parties together. Like I work with well, so I connect
Yeah,
well with in a group chat with Southwest Funding, and he takes over. So sometimes I take
yeah.
over, I initiate. So we all play in the same Facebook group, and it's a lot easier. They have the link, they do everything, and it's like it's like buying a house on a drive-through.
Yeah.
Whoever designed a drive-through was a genius, and first party human who designed the bus drive-through. Yeah.
I need a house with ketchup and mustard, please.
And Diet Coke, right?
That's right. Okay. Nope. 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 Coke Zero. Don't forget
Coke
that.
Zero, Coke
Coke
Zero. Yeah,
Zero.
right.
All right,
All
Asad.
right.
Hey, I'll let you
Then
go on that note, man. I appreciate you talking
I
to me, and
yeah.
you're my 29th podcast, and
Yes, sir.
but
So
it ain't just about. Trust me, I appreciate everything you've always said about the buzz. I all the time. I see you out there posting, hey, the Marty. That's why I'm not going to charge you to put you on top of that Killeen group.
Hey, you know,
Send all your loans of Val, but you've
uh,
earned that spot, man, because I do appreciate it.
uh,
You've been around for a long time helping me, and I
no,
do,
no,
man.
no. It's it. I mean, I'm not making anything or fabricating anything. This works, and I totally, I tell them what is my in my official marketing game plan, and if you guys are don't make the mistakes like I did and several others did. Spend hundreds and thousands of dollars in stupid marketing. So do something that really stands out, which is buzz, and again, and it's the buzz classrooms are awesome. You guys will learn a lot, and kind of it's a good strategy. You will learn, and once you get into buzz, I mean, unless you are a total flop, you will never leave. So.
Exactly. Exactly. The buzz works 100% of the time, but it doesn't mean that everybody's going to work 100% of the
Yeah,
time.
again, so yeah, they can give you a Ferrari, but it's up to you to drive it.
Yeah, you got to have some keys.
Smart human can give you buzz, but it's up to you to drive it. You just
Yes,
don't
yes,
understand.
yes, yes.
All right, I
All
buzz
right.
rocks, smart human
Thank
rocks.
you, buddy. I appreciate it. Assad, you have a
I
great night, man.
guarantee it.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Appreciate it.
See you,
Bye.
man.